Now that Overwatch has been out for a while, we've seen several new heroes added, metas rise and fall, and the game community around it grow. So we're throwing it back, Overwatch community, with a new What Your Main Says About You. Hi, I'm AlphaLance with the Leaderboard, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to become a part of the notification squad. It has been over a year since our first Overwatch main video, and since then there's been several changes in the game. New heroes like Orisa, Sombra, Doomfist, and Moira have joined the ranks. Patches have seen heroes rise to the top tier and fall to the point of becoming nearly unplayable, and entire ultimates have been reworked. As the heroes change, so have the players that play them. But we bet many of you have picked up a few new choice heroes, and have adapted your playstyle to match. Teams stall for time. Lucio, Mei, Genji, and Winston. Playing one of the members of this band of merry heroes means you actually know how to get in and out of hairy situations. Heck, you don't just know how, you actually enjoy it. Manipulating the map with ice walls and bubble shields, messing with other players by deflecting shots and booping them into bottomless pits. Did I mention you're great at keeping the game in overtime despite the enemy team's best efforts? They think the game is over, even throwing down a cocky emote on the payload when your clutch switch to Lucio has you jumping into the action, skating around, and self-healing to the beat. Try as the enemy like, as one of these slippery heroes, you have a lot of tricks to drag the match out. Dashing, freezing, jumping, healing, it's gonna be a long round if you have anything to say about it. You don't shy away from a fight, but only because you're so good at getting out before you're in over your head. Whether you've got a lot of health, or you can recover a lot of health, or you're just damn tricky to land a shot on, you make them work for it if they plan on taking you down. You can run out the clock until backup arrives, outlast the backup, and still stay on to contest the point for another minute without breaking a sweat. The high damage, high roller. Junkrat, Hanzo, Bastion. If you play as one of these bad boys, you take great pride in your high level skill, in lining up lucky shots, that is. While you are happy to throw around a lot of damage, really hitting the enemy team where it hurts, you're not one to shy away from a good gamble. Whether you prefer to call it being calculated, or you fully admit to playing a numbers game with your shots, we're not here to judge. One of those arrows is going to hit the enemy right in their hitbox. It doesn't matter which one. That's not to say you can't aim per se, so call in the comments, but that you just like to put a lot of shots in the air and see if anyone falls over as a result. You don't have the finesse of a Widowmaker main or the ability to line up shots like a Pharah in flight, but you too get the job done. Sure, you got blown up in the process, or you were aiming at a different hero, or maybe you just sat in a corner and unloaded your barrel at the first thing that moved, but damn if it wasn't your plan all along. Whether you're on attack or defense, or both, you enjoy a no-stress solution to that age-old problem of aiming that we call spray and pray. Enemy tracers love walking right into your arrows. Reinhardts always think they're faster than your bullet spray, and flankers just seem to keep finding their way into your explosive traps. It might look a bit messy, but you're gonna make the enemy team think twice about poking their heads in on the point. And when you think about it, Overwatch is just a numbers game, and damn if your numbers aren't impressive. That wannabe super annoying. Sombra, Tracer, Widowmaker, Pharah. Play as one of these lethal ladies, and you're probably extremely frustrating to play against, or you want to be. Sombra and Tracer excel at getting behind enemy lines and peppering the enemy's back line, while Widowmaker and Pharah can stay just out of reach of the other team. They all have the makings of enemy team harassers, so if I'm facing off against you, I am praying to Jeff you're not one of the good ones. You are developing that second sense, the one where you know just where to peek to catch a lone healer away from the herd, like an X-Men in training. No, not Wolverine, like one of the new guys, those B or C-list mutants that they've got potential, but they're too eager to prove their worth. You've watched the Overwatch League and seen Sabiolbi and Soon and their amazing ability to snap headshots while whipping around the map. Now you think you're the next big thing, and you'll try to make those plays too. Come hell or high water, or your entire team tilting. So be honest with yourself. Are you one of the pros that slingshot over buildings to pop a quick headshot off of a Zenyatta? Do you get reported for using an aimbot, but when Blizzard reviews the gameplay footage, they have to acknowledge that you're just that good? Or are you one of the less than lethal players peppering the enemy and nursing some health packs? You're frustrating to play against, or you're getting there. Either way, I'm switching to Winston to crash your party because you're annoying to play against, and possibly to play with too. the combo breaker. Doomfist, McCree, Roadhog, Zarya. Playing one of these heroes is easy enough. Playing one of them well is another matter entirely. It's not just about lining up your shots or high accuracy, you know it's all about that sweet combo of abilities. You use them together to really make the enemy team quake in their boots. These heroes take practice, timing, and a keen eye for when to hold them and when to fold them. Sure, with enough practice and a steady aim, anyone can hook a Mercy with Roadhog without too much trouble, sure. It takes some real dedication though to get that solid 1-2 shot punch follow-up to finish the deal and a high accuracy to boot. Throwing shields around as Zarya is easy peasy, but timing your shielding on a teammate just as they were about to eat it? That is a work of art. Everyone knows these heroes pack a punch, but you're taking them to the next level. Not everyone appreciates your skill or playstyle, but you know the meta is gonna bring your hero back in any patch now. And when that day comes, you'll be ready and waiting to give the doubters and haters the what for. You've been practicing your moves, and unless your hook gets nerfed again, you're gonna be a threat to be reckoned with. DPS or heal? Why not both? Moira, Symmetra, Zenyatta. Did Mercy get a huge buff, or maybe even a huge nerf recently? Or maybe you're just tired of only DPS getting all the medals for elimination and damage. Either way, these three supports bring the hurt and the heals in equal measure. You play these heroes because you know that the second best way to support your teammates is to deal out the damage. Taking out a target is just like preemptive healing, preventative measures, reverse healing, whatever you want to call it. Zenyatta helps tackle those annoying tanks, Moira deals with pesky flanking squishies, and Symmetra locks her beam on and doesn't let up. Ever. You won't be found flanking or leading the charge exactly, but you keep your head down during a push until you're ready to pounce on your prey. And the best thing is you can still sling those heals around when you dish out the pain. You know how to balance the two, using your abilities to put the advantage in your favor and put a damper on the enemy team's offense. Your teammates can't really complain as you're still keeping them alive, even if you do have gold in eliminations and damage. Possibly a dark horse in the runnings for play of the game, but that's just bragging rights you don't need in order to enjoy the match. Melting your enemies before you, turning the tables on a jumpy Genji, and filling that second healer spot as a flex damage dealer, that is what you enjoy most. I just gotta get me that glory. Torbjorn, Mercy, Diva, Reaper. Now, if you play any of these four heroes, you're definitely looking for that glorious play of the game highlight. That's not to say you aren't pulling your fair share to support your team, healing or otherwise defending the point, but you are in this to win it. It being your name as the MVP of the match, that is. Your ultimate is a playmaker or breaker, and you are ever keeping an eye out for an opportunity to throw down. No one clears a point like Reaper's Death Blossom or Diva's Newt, and Torbjorn's turret plus a molten core makes an enemy push have second thoughts. Mercy's Valkyrie, though no longer able to pull off a 5-person res, is now more focused on Mercy herself, letting her shine in ways she never could before, picking up some more important reses on the point while battle mercying through the air above. You've never felt more alive. You not only get to decide who lives, but also who dies now. Unapologetic about your pick and your desire for everyone to recognize that you stomped the enemy team, you pick your hero fast and lock in for the ride. You don't go charging off by yourself, but you sure don't need backup when you see an opening for your ultimate to shine. Every move is weighed against how you're going to look during this if it makes it into play of the game. Do you emote or throw a spray down afterwards? Will you drop down from above or maybe fly in from the side? You're going for style points here. You've got your best skin on, and you've got the perfect highlight intro to show off your personal playstyle. The thankless jobs. Orisa, Soldier 76, Reinhardt, Ana. Playing as one of these heroes, you are a stalwart believer in teamwork, knowing your role and supporting group efforts. Fortunately, if you play really well, you're just, quote, doing your job, and likely aren't going to get much thanks for it. Oh sure, play of the game will get thrown your way every now and then for a great earth shatter, a deadly nano boost, or environmental kills, but more often than not, your end card doesn't collect too many upvotes. Play your best game and you'll be the foundation to which your team builds their house of victory upon. Just do your job well and your efforts go unnoticed overall. Heck, have an extra salty team and you might be blamed for why your team didn't win. Never mind that no one kept a clear line of sight for you to heal them. Never mind that no one ever stood behind your barrier with you. Never mind that your shots helped finish off some very important targets that no one else was able to finish off. Never mind that you're the anchor of your team because I have a great idea for a flanking route, said everyone. But still, you play tank, you pick up healer, you switch to Soldier 76 to deal with that enemy far that's just getting a little too annoying. You know where you're needed and that not every role is going to be flashy and in the spotlight. It takes a team to pull off a solid push or hold a payload at bay. And there's no I in team. There's a me, but you have to scramble the letters around, then there's this T and an A, but not the point. Anyway, at the end of the day, you're still up there on the victory team screen. You're still bringing in that win EXP. You're willing to do the less exciting roles and support your teammates' big plays. If you're lucky, you're even in the background of the play of the game. This has been What Your Overwatch Main Says About You. I'm your host AlphaLance once again, and thanks for watching the Leaderboard. Are you one for personal glory, or do you prefer to deal some supportive damage? Is Lady Luck on your side, or have you been practicing your combo all season long? Share your main in the comments below, and find your fellow brothers and sisters in arms. Click that bell icon to become part of the notification squad, and don't forget to subscribe to the Leaderboard, your home for video game facts.